What's going on? BMS here. Happy freaking New Year, huh? It's 2019. What the hell's that mean? It's another year. It's a brand new start to another calendar year, you guys. Some people don't really care. And that's fine. Some people are all about new starts, new beginnings. New year, new me, as you see in the meme with Robert Downey Jr. rolling his eyes. It is a good time to start something fresh, start something new. Why not? It's a new year, right? Might as well start something fresh. But here's the thing. You're going to start something fresh. Freaking do it. Do it. And don't quit and fall back to your old ways. I'm guilty of that over the years. A lot of people are guilty of that. They have their heart set on something, or fitness for one. And January 1st is always the busiest freaking day in the gym. Period. I went there this morning. I wasn't gonna go. I usually steer clear for this reason. Ironically enough, it wasn't that crowded, but. You see a lot of people in the gym on January 1st and throughout January because that's I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to get in shape and I'll go to the gym. And they do. They go and, but, after some time passes, a couple weeks, maybe a few months, majority of those people, you don't see them there anymore. Am I ragging on them? No. I'm not. Maybe that wasn't their goal. To me, if you want to do something, you'll freaking do it. You'll find a way, or you'll find an excuse. That's so cliche to say, but I saw a meme a while ago, a couple years ago, actually when I was still on the West Coast, and it said either you'll find a way or find an excuse, and it's true. If you want something, you'll freaking do it. You'll make it happen. Inspirational post here. I don't know, but. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas with their friends and family. A safe and a happy New Year's evening last night. It is 2019, you guys. I am going to start, like I said, last video clip, posting some videos and some information about nutrition, and hopefully people will chime in, ask questions. I'm hoping on dedicating a good chunk of this year to helping people. With what you say, a lot of things. Who cares? Fitness, nutrition, any kind of coaching, man. I've been through a lot of crap in my 40 years of life, a lot in the past 10 years, 5 years especially. I look back at myself 5 years ago, and it's totally different from the man who's here now. So, a lot of it was dark. Had some dark times over the past couple years. Took me right to the edge and forced me to figure out me. When you're put in a situation where every safe place, person, thing is kind of stripped away and you're left with yourself, it's either jump off the edge or find a way to get through it. And it's sad because some people decide to step off the edge. But all that to say, I just like to help people. So whether it be a lot of people come to me over the years with fitness questions and diet, and that's great. But I like to help in other areas, man. Those things seem to be my forte. I seem to be good at them. So yeah, I enjoy helping people with diet and workout stuff, but there's other things as well, man. I read a lot of books the past couple years and have been extremely intrigued by psychology and what makes people think, the shit that people have been through, which has left scars, which is why they do the things they do now. And maybe they're stuck in a rut and can't figure out how the hell they got there or what to do, and some of those things as well. I'm here for any kind of help. I don't have any schooling or education in psychology, for one. I do briefly, but don't have any credentials, so to speak. But I understand the mind, and I enjoy learning more about the mind, because the mind is where it's at. I got turned on to a guy at work a couple weeks ago. Turned me on to a gentleman who was on a Joe Rogan interview. His name is David Goggins, and he is a couple of years older than me. I believe he's 42. He is a retired U.S. Navy SEAL. He's been to Army Ranger School, and his resume is like a plethora of crazy shit this guy did. So I watched the interview. It was about 2 hours long. I posted a link to that on my Facebook page a couple weeks ago. David Goggins is the guy's name. Some of you may have heard of him, so you're like, yeah, that dude's crazy. Other people have no idea. Go back, scroll back through my feed a couple weeks, and watch that interview. It is about an hour and a half, 2 hours long, so I don't know, maybe watch it before you crash out one night or whatever. Watch the interview. It's a good story. The guy came from nothing and accomplished amazing shit in his life, and he just found a way to persevere through. He wrote a book called Can't Hurt Me, so the interview is about 2 hours long. In those 2 hours, he briefly gives a Cliff Notes version of who he is and the things he's been through. The book goes into much more detail. Can't Hurt Me. I'll post a link to the Amazon site where you can buy that book. It's like 10 or 12 bucks in the description after I get done shooting this clip. Can't Hurt Me is the name of the book. David Goggins is the guy's name. Anyway, I spent the last week, I had 7 or 10 days, whatever the hell it is, off of work, and I just took a lot of R&R. I usually do that at the end of the year. I'll take some time off, and then I'll reevaluate, I'll reassess everything that happened to me that year, and I'll come up with some sort of a plan on where I want to go when January 1st hits. So I love the shit that this guy went through. David Goggins, again, is his name. He went through 3 Navy SEAL Hell Weeks, I believe, in 1 calendar year. First one, he didn't make it through. He didn't quit, but he didn't make it through. He had to go and he had to start fresh again. He went through that one. Something else happened. If you read the book or watch the interview, he explains he had to go through it a 3rd time. 3 times in 1 calendar year. It's called Hell Week for a reason. The training that these freaking guys go through is just, there really is no words for it. U.S. Navy SEALs are the upper echelon of our U.S. military. This guy writes about, in his book, he talks about the 40% rule. And basically, what that means is the average person, when they give what they think is 100%, it's more along the lines of 40%. Think about that. You think you're giving it your all, and it's not even half of what you could frickin' do. His book goes into detail, and he explains a lot about the hell weeks that he's been through, and that training is designed to get you to push through physically and especially mentally, because your body and our minds are capable of way much more than we can ever imagine. That's the kind of crap I've been reading about in the past 10 or so days. And I think to myself, shit, that's great. That's what I want to do. I've had hang-ups over the years. I moved to California in 2007. Again, you could check out this information on the Better Bodies Facebook page. If you click on About Us, there's a brief description about me and how I got into fitness, so I won't get into it again. But go over there to check it out if you haven't seen it. Some good information there. I use fitness as a catalyst to kind of get me through a bunch of hurdles and hang-ups and shit I've always had growing up in my 20s and 30s. But it was a way for me to callous my mind and kind of harden my mind and to use it to gain self-confidence and all that shit. But after I learned about this guy named David Goggins and the crap that he's been through and his perception on what we all can do to persevere and to get through things, and that's the shit I'm choosing to focus more on in 2019. So, but at the same time, as I'm learning, I want to help people with their goals as well. Obviously, again, fitness and nutrition, eating, I am here for that. Any kind of questions, I have a lot of people, again, ask me about the ketogenic intake. I've been on that for going on 8 months now. One of my best childhood friends just finally bit the bullet, so to speak, and he's starting to explore that. He's got a million questions. My freaking phone goes off every 20 minutes. Hey, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And he's a guy who is one of those guys who, when he asks you a question and you give him a response, he always has to freaking fight with you about the response. But that's good because he's trying to learn. But it's awesome to see him. Anyway, I don't want to get into that crap. But so I'm always here for nutrition and workouts. But I'm also here to help out in any other way, and I'll share. There's something about, for me, sitting down with people and being vulnerable, sharing my story with them. There's a lot of peace and fulfillment for me that comes with that. So that's what I'm choosing to focus on this year, as well as busting my ass and getting to tap into that extra 60% that the average person has no clue is there in a reserve tank. So went a little long on this video. It's about 12 minutes here. There's a freaking what's coming on here? The Rose Bowl's coming on here. Looks like Ohio State. So I'm gonna wrap this video up and maybe leave this football game on in the background and pick up another book and start to read it to finish off my night. It's about 5 o'clock here on New Year's Day. Tuesday, I think it is. I don't know what the hell day it is. Tuesday. Anyway, guys, starting to brainwash myself. Starting to get really out there in this video here. But it's 2019. Hope everybody again had a Merry Christmas and a safe and happy New Year. But it's a new year, so let's get shit done. Hit me up with any kind of questions. If you have any comments, you need help on anything, hit me up, and we'll go from there. Cops are outside. I gotta go.